I'm sure in their American accent, they'll just be thinking, if this guy is really who they say he is, then yes,
exactly.
We should bring him to Stamford Bridge. Exactly. Then they went to go and pay exorbitant fees.
Yeah.
Found out that, oh boy, they don't scam. Till tomorrow, Todd Bowley looks like a legend in the eyes of Arsenal.
It's like going to comfortably by iPhone. So let's talk about the civil unrest at Chelsea, Mr. Fossa. Are you enjoying the drama at the Stamford Bridge?
What can I say? Well, sometimes you tell most of these fans, they'll be saying you're a hater, you're this, you're that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all we had to do was sit back and let the explosion happen. You understand? So we're just grabbing our popcorn
and enjoying it.
The action. Exactly. Because this standoff between Bali and Todd Bowley is a funny one because, Neto, there was information that came out that one of them went to go and buy Neto.
Egbali went to go and buy Neto. Yeah.
Exactly. So you saw that now. After going to buy Neto, they were saying, oh, that one is trying to cause confusion. I didn't know what he was talking about. This is a credible journal. Was it Matt Law or so that actually said it? And, Chelsea fans were running to the defense of the owners and trying to say, how can one of them sign the other one without the other person knowing? This is fake. So we can all see right now that news wasn't fake or conjured up. It was actually authentic. So going to buy Neto without anybody knowing, you remember,
it's like going to the pot of soup. Yeah, it's like by going to the pot of soup, still meat. How they did. Wait, do you think it's actually these are quote unquote elite men, right? Acting like gangsters. How can you go and buy a player such as Neto without the sporting director's awareness or the other partner being aware that you are going to go and do a deal?
Of course. That was it. For me, it was shocking when I heard of it because I didn't think something like that could happen. But then again, yes. But then again, hearing the information now, I just look at it. When we've been saying Chelsea are run like a clown fest, most people say we are angry that they are spending money. No. Yeah, because you don't know why this what do they call it? You don't know why this standoff is happening. This shows Pochettino wasn't wrong when he said he wanted to leave, because he said, how can I talk to this one? Go and talk to this one. Go and talk to it made no sense.
Remember the news that came out last year?
Go and talk to Egbali.
Remember the news that came out last year that Pochettino spoke with Egbali in the afternoon. The following day, they had dinner with Todd Bowley. And both of them had different things to say. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And the reason he actually left was, he said, young, unproven players. We need to start buying, what do they call it? Experienced players that can come in and do the job.
Yeah.
That at least add some of the experience. But they said, I don't know who said no. Maybe he had disparities with, maybe one said, okay, I understand where you're coming from. We can see where we and the other one said no. Then, having that kind of mindset. Even look at Sterling. Sterling's arrival to Arsenal. You could see that all I had to do was just wait. Because these guys are desperate. One of them will pop and say, let's carry the guy.
See, you know that the clown will eventually dance.
Exactly.
That's wait enough. Yeah, that will happen.
So, So looking at it now, I won't say I'm shocked, because you don't know. For me, what I'm thinking is, we don't know why the other person has decided, let's buy this guy out. You don't know that Todd Bowley is the one. Sometimes, let's be realistic.
Let me push back a little bit. Do you think that's a sensible tack? Like both of you formed a consortium to buy Chelsea. Suddenly, one of you want to buy each other out. Is that the best approach? Can't you settle your differences somehow? But do you think the best approach or the last resort is to buy each other out?
Well, for me, I think this spells, I wouldn't say the end, but very tough times for Chelsea coming, looking, and moving forward.
Sure.
Because we have to look at Chelsea's situation logically and think, no, the FA is coming for them. Whether they like it or not, one way or the other, the FA is coming for them. Let's look back at this transfer window. There was a player they bought from Brazil, David Washington.
Yeah.
Chelsea have been inside some financial conundrums for a while. And in the financial conundrums they've been in, have we observed that when they wanted to sell David Washington, as soon as they said they were selling David Washington to Strasbourg, it had already been agreed. All of a sudden, the deal broke down. Why? Because there was evidence, or there would be evidence, that these guys were going to do, some alleged money laundering. Because that's what.
Like I said,
exactly.
let's put alleged.
So even some of the
alleged sports washing.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So even some of their fans said, "Nah, if this deal should go through." You remember I sent it to you now where you said, say Man City zone is even good. Say Chelsea is 5,000 charges, they will go.
they'll get. Exactly.
So we are looking at it now. We are looking at it. One of the main reasons is this is what I feel there's a disparity of how they want to do things moving forward. Because one person has to yield so that the other can do what they want. They are not agreeing on how to fix their PSR problems now. And this thing, for me, the squad and the manager, it is not encouraging to find out that this is the, as you say, alleged civil unrest going on. Yes. Like this is a Mexican standoff. It's just a Mexican standoff. Who blinks first? And, the first shot comes in. So I think this is what Chelsea is experiencing. And we've been seeing it, because Chelsea's cup, it has been full. It is now overflowing.
Exactly.
One of the main whistleblowers against Chelsea, if we remember, was PSG. Chelsea wanted to buy Sporting Lisbon or part of Sporting Lisbon last season in a deal to bring Manuel Ugarte to Stamford Bridge. So now we are now seeing that transaction anymore. Why? Because these guys, PSG blew that whistle vigorously. So
exactly, that something is not working right.
Exactly,
something not working right. No, we saw the pattern of spending was not just rational. We could tell. Even though Chelsea will tell you, "Oh, you are complaining because you can't spend that kind of money." Nah, that is not how you spend money. Even Abramovich was not as sort of a spendthrift the way the new owners are spending money, and we could see a trace.
Yeah, Abramovich was buying players. I think was buying players that had done something.
Sure.
This you're buying you're having all these players up and down. Now you let's be realistic. You are playing the Conference League and you have 40-something players. There's a reason why they are the only ones that have 40-something players. They couldn't sell. They know they couldn't sell enough, and that is what they have been trying to do all summer. Sure. That's why most of their buys were always, what do they call it, overwhelming. Look at some of the players they bought. Okay, maybe a good prospect from Aston Villa. They and Aston Villa came together because let's be realistic, right? I would say this is an alleged theory, or let's say simulation. It's very easy for two clubs who know that they have PSR rules against them, say,
to work together.
Let them come and see a way they can help each other.
Exactly. That's what they did.
You understand?
Yeah, allegedly.
Exactly. Now, that is not an illegal thing. It's what? Yes. and it's legal in the books. If you guys can come to an agreement, why not? Why can't you be partners in trading players? Which was what
Yeah.
they did. They were able to send Chelsea youngsters and Aston Villa
They're young
prospects their
to
way,
to
and they're
their
also
way.
able to
Yeah.
buy, yeah, he left back in this guy's name. I've forgotten the guy that went to Dortmund, that Dutch guy. So you can
Oh,
now
I know.
look
I
at
know.
it and say, okay, this was
Mason, or whatever his name is. Madsen, or whatever his name is.
yeah, Ian Matson.
Madsen. Yeah.
So that's how they were able to, get some things done, which, to an extent understandable. But this time, some things, even at that, the haywire, what are they calling it? Syndrome. Like they've already done too many things that they can't recover from.
No.
So right now, I think
That
this is why they
crescendo.
are having a Mexican standoff. Exactly.
So, what do you think will blink first? See, because do you think Chelsea will suffer with immediate effect, or it will not affect what's on the pitch? Do you think they can separate what's going on administratively from what's happening on the pitch in terms of Chelsea?
We have to look at it and think, well, how we'll know, in my opinion, is going to be the next 3 months. Because no matter how we want to look at it at Chelsea, if Todd Bowley is the main shareholder right
Yeah.
now, he's the majority shareholder, and Clear Lake are looking for a way to buy him out,
No, I think Clear
then
Lake
we have to think.
is the majority
Clear Lake,
shareholder. I think Clear Lake is the majority
okay, they are the
shareholder.
majority shareholder.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think Todd Bowley has a huge, what do they call it, say
Yeah,
in
you
that.
say,
I think he
but
has a
Clear
very,
Lake, yeah, but Clear Lake is the majority shareholder.
okay. And this could
You know,
still be a
just like the
ruse,
Glazers, right? Like Man U, the Glazers are still the majority shareholder, but when it comes to football decisions, is Ineos. So that's how they try to separate the
Yeah,
power and everything. But
yeah,
like the clearly cannot. They are tired of
yeah.
how Todd Bowley is
I
just
think
buying and buying and misbehaving. So they're like, okay, what should we do?
I think with um, Chelsea on the pitch, we might have to wait and see 3 months because any decision or prediction now, I think would be jumping the gun because the reason why I say so is this: we would have to see some of the players that are there.
Okay.
Does because I'm looking at Sterling in what do they call it? I'm looking at Sterling in Arsenal's training. I struggle to think how that guy cannot even be a sub at Chelsea. I don't know if you understand.
Maybe that's
Because
one of
let's be realistic. I'm
maybe that's part
seeing
of the decision
he,
why there is a standoff at Chelsea. Like, why do you have to loan him? Have kept him? Maybe those were part of the how would I write him? The bone of contention at Chelsea that is making these two juggernauts in terms of the ownership go at each other. Maybe that is part of the standoff that one of the decisions that is causing the standoff at Chelsea. Maybe it says that both parties cannot just make clear cut, agreeable, sensible decision for the club Chelsea.
yeah, because the reason why I'm looking at it and I'm even saying so is I'm thinking, how do I look at Chelsea's situation and just think Sterling? Because there was news that Mudrik, that Arsenal were still interested in Mudrik. I don't know if you understand, but they decided in such a way where, okay, since they know Mudrik's thing is going to be complicated, it's towards the end of the window. Sterling is the one that is more feasible.
Yeah.
But looking at it, Sterling has a 350.
Pounds wages.
He has a 350,000 pounds a week wage. Then you're now loaning him for 100. You're loaning him for free, and 100,000. Seeing how he's training, because I struggle to think if this coach stayed under Guardiola and you're looking for a Guardiola Arteta kind of player, um, he's a Guardiola Arteta kind of manager. Wouldn't Sterling fit how he plays? Because definitely he would have been with Sterling at Manchester
But
City to know
but
that,
if the manager
okay, I
comes out
know
and
this
say,
guy.
but if the manager is saying he doesn't want Sterling, It is what it
Yeah, but
is.
bro, you have to look at it and also think. Yeah, it is what it is. But you mentioned something more of excuse me, a stooge. You understand? Because we all know most of these players that they are letting go. Come on,
Hyenas.
regardless, even as a manager. Yeah, high earners. So it's either there is it's coincidental that the high earners are the ones that the manager might not like,
Very
and you're
convenient.
leaving people that
Yeah.
have low quality. Of course. So because I'm looking at, I can't understand how people have watched games. We don't need to be what do they call it, genies, or we don't need to be some
To
magicians
say
to see
yes.
that
Yeah.
Sterling is a better player right now than Ricardo Modric.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for him to now be loaned to Arsenal, where you know that he will be used better, he will play well, and he will help the team that you're trying to chase. Because why I'm saying so is the managerial decision. Did they come to this managerial decision together, or did they come? Is it one person that decided, I'm so obsessed with how Arteta is doing things? Because you remember we saw their what do they call it? Their condition for wanting to be a Chelsea manager, where
Exactly.
he showed that you must be able to play tiki taka, all those things. So I don't understand. So who made that decision? Is it the whole Chelsea, or is it the fact that okay, Bowley decided, let me take a gamble, and this guy he trained under Pep, he went
Hmm.
to the championship, he won this one, so
Yeah.
automatically he won't had more experience than Arteta. So once he come, he don't already drop the player like Ludo, which
Your dick's
we
jokey.
don't, really know. Of course, that. So if we want to look at logically, we have to be very, in my opinion, honest and see in the next 3 months. Because if these guys, that is Clear Lake themselves, didn't want maybe a manager like Maresca, and Maresca has a rough patch, then he might go.
But don't you
So
think that
that
even though
might be the
when they came
only change.
when they came together as a consortium, right? Don't you think there should have been a disparity and allocation of power that you will make the decisions in the sporting side? Because it looks like there was no clear delegate the how would I put it a separation of power. There
No,
was no
bro,
clear distinction
let's
that
be
this one
realistic.
is looking like a melee right now or a melee right now rather.
Yeah, yeah, let's be realistic. Those were two fools who just came together
With
and
money.
thought that they would just be splashing it. This is, see, these guys
Is
are
that
the
a bit
definition
harsh?
of, no, it's not harsh, because these guys are the definition of going to the club and making it rain. Is the fact.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to the club and making it
You're
rain,
making it rain.
whether the normal club or the strip club, that they make them rain. And
Just
these
to make
ones,
it
they are not
rain.
even using $1 bills. They are using $100 bills.
They are
You
splashing it
understand?
literally.
That's
They are
what this
splashing
one
it
is.
literally and
Exactly.
figuratively. They are splashing.
You understand? How they couldn't work, because this is the reality, right? We have people who they don't understand football. People that thought the Champions League you qualified automatically because Chelsea was already qualifying every year.
Like so that's
So
crazy.
already there's
That's crazy. That's crazy.
there's no idea
Yeah.
on what they are doing. Someone that has a burner account to go and listen to who the fans want as a player.
Yeah.
That's why they're dying on top Caicedo. So you have to understand. See, I know we'll call them hedge fund man, which they are brilliant at what they do financially, the hedge fund way. You
Yeah.
understand? But let's not kid ourselves. Footballing wise, these guys don't see. You and I have not gone to this, or to say we've graduated from the Harvard School of Sporting or
Yeah.
Entertainment, but we have better
Yeah.
ideologies, better approaches
Yes.
to either signing
Yeah.
players or payment packages. All those. I'm seeing two comedians cracking jokes. What do you expect? I'm just going to laugh, and that's what we are seeing
You're
now.
right.
So saying that they were always doing it together, right? There was a point they were doing things together,
Get that?
but
Yeah.
where there was no proper plan, or where they didn't, because splashing that money up and down and looking for loopholes. The problem is when issues arose, who was to take the blame? And I
Blame.
think that's where the main
Exactly.
problem, because who's
Yeah.
going to take the blame? That's why they started having a Mexican standoff.
This dance, this shameless dance from Clay Lake and Todd Bowley, how do they reach a truce? Because it's Chelsea fans and Chelsea that will suffer for this. Because if both are claiming at the moment, like both are claiming they don't want to sell, it just for now things could rapidly change. How do you see Chelsea
Yeah.
moving forward? Because this is a clown fest. Clearly, are insisting they will not even consider selling. Todd Bowley for now has not been as tough speaking as Clearly, but for now he's saying he will not sell, even though there are reports that he might sell for the right price. So moving forward, how do you think this dance of Makamba will end up? Or will increase the volume of the song for them to continue dancing, or will turn off the music?
I think we have to increase it for a while, because
Yeah, no,
we need to use our popcorn that we gathered.
yeah.
Our popcorn that we gathered.
You need
We
to
have
exhaust
to,
it.
what do they call it? We have to see when they were doing these things and we were speaking, what happened? They called
Amortization.
us idiots.
Yeah.
Amortization FC. They called us jealous.
Yeah.
All those names. See, today, if Chelsea now decides they are going to be, what do they call that? They are either relegating Chelsea or dissolving. Let's be realistic.
Stick.
It's a free for all,
Yeah.
bazaar, bonanza. And we are
Exactly.
going to enjoy.
Mhm.
So some players will definitely make the move across to North London.
Real
So
quick.
for me right now, I'm not going to say I'm pitying anybody and their situation. I'm not saying, because I just feel these guys were reckless. When they were buying players like Mundrik without understanding what it
Yeah.
meant, they thought this was an American draft. It was NFL. And you just
Yeah.
buy one guy. Once you don't buy the guy, you play this thing. And like the way you run, you like the
Uh,
energy you put in the game.
touchdown. Touchdown.
I thought, you
They say
understand?
touchdown.
Or you think this one is NBA? They just looked at it. If Arsenal is really one and they believe he can win Ballon d'Or, I'm sure
Yeah.
in their American accent, they'll just be thinking, if this guy is really who they say he is, then yes,
Exactly.
we should bring him
Yeah.
we should bring him to Stamford Bridge. Exactly. Then they went to go and pay exorbitant fees.
Yeah.
Found out that, oh boy, they don't scam.
They,
Till
they
tomorrow,
go,
Todd Bowley looks
they,
like a legend in the eyes of
it's like
Arsenal.
what happened? It's like going to computer village by iPhone. What you saw and what you see at home might be two different things.
And you now see the
Oh Lord. So I'm enjoying this. I to end. We don't know yet because we are not soothsayers that can see into the future, but I'm loving this. Because when they told us
Of course.
amortization, we are amortizing. I see, and they're giving these players 9 years contract, 7 years contract, 10 years contract. Now look at
just put handcuffs on their hand like this. Just put handcuffs and wear them prison, what they call it.
our orange
No,
jump.
say. I'm telling you, give them orange jumpsuits and this thing when Chelsea is signing the player. I think that should be the new thing. When they are signing you, when you don't do your hand, they pay you. Now, so they go hang your hand like this. Like say, now this thing, they'll hang you with handcuffs.
Oh Lord, it's true now because We have like Kopama like 11 years contract. How long? Like, what is this? And imagine after giving those elongated contracts, they're not fighting. Make it make sense. So make it make sense. So
Because at
interesting.
one point, right, if this thing continues and looking horrible like this, players will ask to leave.
Sure.
Let's not get it. Players will want a more stable and you know quiet environment.
I meant.
And when they see that, oh, man, these players they cannot be satisfied, even if you keep them there for 7 years, they
Yeah.
will not even their minds won't be in it. At one
Sure.
point, the players will relegate back to what am I doing here? This is turning out to be
A joke.
this a shit show. So unless unless something different happens, my prediction for now is we will have to see on the pitch for the next 3 months. But this doesn't look good for
Okay.
anybody affiliated with Chelsea because it's a
So these are the two clowns, the two H1 clowns getting at each other. They used to be good friends before. So all will have triggered the fact that animosity has gone into this thing. There are reports that they can't actually stand seeing each other. Is that bad? It has deteriorated that bad. They can't even stand
of course now.
seeing each other. Man, wow.
I think that Neto acquisition was the straw
That broke the camel's
that
back.
broke the camel's back.
But how see that's diabolical, right? To go behind your partner's back and do a deal with Mendes real quick. That's it. That is crazy. Because if you remember that deal came from nowhere. It just there are no links. They just came out.
It just
from nowhere.
popped up.
Yeah. Yeah, it came from nowhere. So that's crazy. So shout out to
Chelsea
you.
fans.
Yeah, shout out to
That's
you.
how
Zach,
Chelsea are.
exactly. Shout out for coming on this while we discuss the drama, the laughter that is
Yeah.
going on at Chelsea. So, guys, do us a kind favor. We've just done one on Chelsea, even though some of you might not like it, but the truth is the truth. Like, we can't help it. Guys, like the video, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you're a Chelsea fan, take away your emotionality and look at your club holistically. All is not well at Chelsea at this moment. It's not that we are just laughing for the sake of laughing. You guys are providing the entertainment, and we are providing the laughter. So it's a very symbiotic relationship. You
Of
provide the
course.
entertainment, and we provide the laughter, and it is what it is. So shout out to Mr. Fosa. Guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep supporting your clubs. Bye for now.